YouTube? What's good? It's your boy Rocha here with SirCardinalTv. What's going on, sir?
Just chilling, ready for some baseball.
Hell yeah, man. We guys are here for our 2019 MLB Playoff Predictions. So what you're going to see here, you're going to see me flip in between playoff brackets. You would know which one's mine and his based off the picks. So, are you ready to get into this, Sir Cardinal?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
First off, let's get your thoughts. You think this will be a pretty good postseason this year?
Yeah. I like every single team that made it. Absolutely. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, I agree. All right, so I'm going to start this off here first. Of course, guys, we'll start with the wild card game. Let's start with the AL wild card game. And this one's a very tough choice because I like both of these teams a lot. So, right now, we know Charlie Morton is going for Tampa. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be Sean Manaea going for the A's. This is a tough one, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go Tampa to beat the A's in a very, very close, well-pitched game. I like Tampa's bullpen a little bit more. I like the A's lineup, but I think Charlie Morton will be able to handle the A's lineup. And I think the Rays in a very great, tight game will pick up the victory here. Let's go on to the NL wildcard. Guys, I will be streaming this Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. We got the Nationals and the Brewers. We know it's going to be Max Scherzer versus Brandon Woodruff. And I got to go with the Nationals here. I just think Max Scherzer, the only problem with the Nationals is that bullpen. So we'll see how that bullpen plays out. But otherwise, the Washington Nationals, I think Max Scherzer, that lineup's pretty sneaky. We'll move on to face LA, and Tampa will move on to Houston. All right, Sir Cardinal, what is your wild card picks?
For the American League, very, very close matchup. If Tampa could have had home field if they would have taken the series against the Toronto Blue Jays, but they did not. So Charlie Morton, former World Series winner with the Houston Astros a couple of years ago. That's a huge get, but Manaea has been pretty banged up all year. He didn't pitch until the last month of the season, but I think he's got a rocket arm. Their lineup is very potent. I'm going to go with the homeboys. I'm going to go with the Oakland A's to win that game, to go on to face the Astros in the division series. For the National League, that's a great pitching matchup. Plus, with Washington being at home as well, I think Washington plays a lot better at home as well. And Scherzer, if he is going to be on his ball game, I think he is going to be very tough to beat. He's gotten over 200 strikeouts this year. He is a very good postseason pitcher. So I'm going to put the slight edge to the Washington Nationals in a very good matchup to set up a great division series against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, there you go. So we're different on the A's. We're the same with the Washington. All right. So, Connor, we'll start with you. Give us your 4 winners from the DS series.
Oh, boy. Let's start with the American League again. We got the Astros and the A's. I think this series is going to be phenomenal. The pitching is going to be key, and the Houston Astros probably have the best pitching in all of these playoffs. You have Garrett Cole, you have Verlander, and you have Zach Greinke, and then you have Wade Miley in the bullpen. You have so many options. That series is going to go right to the neck and neck. I think it's going to be a 6-game series. I think the Astros are going to win that series against the A's, unfortunately. I just think pitching is going to prevail in this series. Then you have the Yankees against the Twins. I want the Yankees to do well. I think they will be fine with their hitting, but their pitching is a big question mark going into this postseason. James Paxton was criticized midway point of the season, but he has since then reeled off 11 straight victories. And I think it's going to be a little bit closer than I would want it to be, but I think the Yankees are going to win this in 4. But don't discredit the Twins offense. They are stacked from top to bottom, and they have decent pitching. I think they could win one game, but I think with the inexperience with the Twins in the postseason against the Yankees, who have been there time and time again, I think the Yankees will win that series as well to set up a big series against the Astros in the ALCS. In the National League, quickly, this series right here, the Dodgers and the Nationals, this is going to be intense. You have Strasburg, you have Corbin, you have Scherzer when he pitches in Game 4 most likely. And against the Dodgers, they got some great pitching. You have Ryu, you have Walker Buehler, you have Clayton Kershaw. which I would preserve for him to pitch in game 3 or 4 of the series. I don't want him opening start because he's been struggling a little bit. I would give him a little bit of time to rest and get a series lead before he actually closes it out in that series. But I think the Dodgers are going to win that series in a very tough matchup because these pitching staffs are going to be at it. I could see a 6 or 7 game series in this postseason, this division series between these two teams. They got great batting lineups. It's going to be back and forth. I can't wait for this series to start. Hopefully it comes true come Wednesday. And for the Braves and Cardinals, this is also going to be another great pitching matchup, too. They have some decent starters on both teams. Both teams have some serious rakers. Donaldson improved this year. He hit 37 home runs this year in a comeback year on a one-year deal with the Braves. I just think the Braves are going to have a little bit more success. I think they will win this series, an impossible 7-game series. But the Cardinals had a great second half. I'm looking forward to seeing what Goldschmidt and Osuna could do for the Cardinals. But I'm going to pick the Braves to win that series.
Okay, well, remember, sir, the DSs are only 5 games.
5 games. All right, 4 or 5.
Yeah, so yeah, oh my God. This is going to be a hell of a DS for sure. All 4 DS series. So yeah, I'll start with the AL side as well. We'll go to the same order as Sir Cardinal. So yeah, I do got the Houston Astros, although, guys, if the Twins can get past the A's, watch out for them. Charlie Morton, Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell, Yoni Chirinos, and that good bullpen to go along with a decent lineup. They could shock. They could beat the Houston Astros. But I'm going to take Astros in 4 games here. I think the Rays will sneak one out at home. But I just think the Houston Astros rotation is way too good, especially in a 5-game series. Take it. Next up, Twins and Yankees. I'm going to go to New York Yankees here. Their pitching's a little bit better than it has been. The bullpen's, still good. But I'm going to go Yankees in 5. I think it's going to go all 5 games because of that Twins lineup. That Twins lineup is one of the only lineups in the MLB that can out-hit the Yankees lineup. So I think this is going to be a great, high-scoring 5-game series. Let's go on to the DS, another 5-game series. This one's a tough one. Because honestly, I can see Washington upsetting the Dodgers, but crazy mofo, I'm picking your Dodgers to move on to the NLCS. In 5 games, it'll be a close pitching matchup, and Clayton Kershaw is scheduled right now to start Game 1, by the way. Scheduled. I heard Walker Buehler could instead, but right now he is penciled in for Game 1 starter, but that could all change. Game 1 starter for Washington should be Strasburg. And then you got Patrick Corbin, Anibal Sanchez, Max Scherzer. So this should be a great series. For the other one, I'm actually going to go with the Braves in a sweep. I just think the Braves are a way better team than the Cardinals. Maybe they get a win with Jack Flaherty pitching because he's been probably the best pitcher besides Jacob deGrom in the second half of the season. Less than a 1 ERA. But I don't know. I just see the Braves as a way better team than the Cardinals. And I think they're going to sweep them maybe in 4 if Flaherty can get them a win. So same with Sir Cardinal. We have Braves and Dodgers in the NLCS. Yankees and Astros in the ALCS. We're going to start this out in the NLCS. And ladies and gentlemen, the Dodgers choke once again. The Atlanta Braves will be heading to their first World Series since maybe, 96, 97?
96.
I think they beat the Dodgers in a 7-game series. I think the Braves have the pitching, the bullpen, and the hitting. Donaldson, Freeman, Ozzie, Acuna, Swanson. I think they have the batting. They have the pitching. Fried, Fultonevich, when he wants to be good. And, of course, probably the runner-up for the Rookie of the Year, Mike Soroka. I think the Braves, in a 7-game series, defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers, and once again, the Dodgers come up short. For the ALCS, let's see. This should be a good game. This should be a good series, but I like the Houston pitching more than the New York Yankees pitching, and I think Houston, the top 3 with Greinke, Verlander, Cole, can shut down that Yankees lineup. And ladies and gentlemen, for my predictions, we have an Atlanta Braves and a Houston Astros World Series. All right, Sir Cardinal.
Well, you're not wrong by calling them the Los Angeles Dollars, just saying. But anyway, for my AL NLCS final, I have the Yankees and Astros. I think you just nailed that on the head. I think their pitching is going to prevail in this series. I think this could be a 5 or 6 game series with the Astros going to their second straight World Series in 3 years. So I think it's going to be pitching that's going to win them this AL pennant this year. They're just too stacked. And their batting order, forget about it. It is just amazing. Their batting order is just lights out. Bregman, Carrera when he's healthy, Gurriel, you got Altuve, Springer, and you got the Alvarez kid who's going to possibly win the Rookie of the Year. So, and you got Brantley, I think, still on the team. I could be wrong. You got so many weapons for this Houston Astros. Yes, the Yankees have some great hitters. Yes, the Yankees can hit the ball with the best of them. But Stanton hasn't played pretty much all year, so he might be a little bit quiet. But you never know. He could explode. But I just think pitching wins championships, and these guys are going to advance in about 5 or 6 games. Quickly over to the NLCS, and sorry, Washington National fans, the Los Angeles Dodgers are going back to a 3rd straight World Series, ladies and gentlemen. You were talking about hitting. Look at what the Dodgers have for hitting. You have Justin Turner. You have Cody Bellinger, possible MVP this year. Most likely it's going to be. You have Jock Peterson. Max Muncy hit 30-plus home runs this year. And you have all these Gavin Lux. You have Will Smith. You have tons of hitting with this loss. Corey Seager, there's just everybody. Everybody can hit from top to bottom on this lineup. Even Kiki Hernandez, AJ Pollock, those guys all come in and they all do the job. I just think this is going to be a pitching matchup. I think this is going to go possibly 7 games because both teams have great starting pitching. And the bullpens is a little bit skeptical for the Dodgers with Jansen. So I'm a little bit nervous, but also the Washington Nationals are nothing to sneeze at with their bullpen too. So I think this is going to go back and forth. I think the starters are going to do work in this series, but it's going to go 7 games, and I have the Dodgers going back to their 3rd straight World Series against the Astros.
All right, so there you go. So, rematch for Sir Cardinal, the 2017 World Series. And Sir Cardinal, who do you have winning?
Oh, hold on a second. I didn't even talk about the Braves and the frickin' Cardinals. I do have the Braves beating the Cardinals, by the way. I think they're going to win that in possibly 6 as well. I just think Atlanta's a little bit more stronger than the Cardinals. I apologize for that. I totally forgot about that series. But I do have the Dodgers beating the Cardinals, or the Braves in the division series too. Whatever. Okay. And it's CS. I get those mixed up all the time. But my World Series prediction this year, I have the Dodgers versus the Astros. Second, it's going to be a repeat of the first time. I just think I want the Dodgers to actually win one. I know you don't because you're a Giants fan. There's a lot of Dodger haters in this world, but I really want them to win a World Series. I would love to see them win a title, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. I just think the American League is just too strong almost every single World Series. It seems like the AL is very strong, and like I said, pitching is going to win you championships. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Dodgers have great starting pitching, but I think the Astros starting pitching is better than the Dodgers. And I think the Astros will win the World Series in 6 games.
All right, there you go. And, ladies and gentlemen, I have the Houston Astros taking on the Atlanta Braves, and myself as well. I got the Houston Astros becoming 2019 World Champions, winning their 2nd World Series in 3 years. I think they win this game in 5. I think Atlanta was still a game, maybe Mike Soroka. But yeah, we were talking about it. This Houston lineup, going along with that pitching is, oh my God, it's incredible. It's just crazy how good this Houston Astros team got at the trade deadline. Unfortunately, Sir Cardinal, you know about this. Aaron Sanchez, who they acquired from the Blue Jays, went down for the year. He had a couple good starts before he went down. But even then, that's still more talent. But the Houston Astros are just too good of a team not to win the World Series. They're the best team, in my opinion, right in this bracket, as you guys see. I just think the Houston Astros will win the 2019 World Series against the Atlanta Braves. And once again, sorry, Braves fans, you guys come up short. You guys won in, what, 95, right? Was it 95? Guys won then. You guys were the team of the 90s. Maybe you guys become the team of the 2020s. Who knows? But I have the Houston Astros defeating the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. And let's go a little bit extra. My World Series MVP is Alex Bregman. I think he's going to have a breakout. You know, he had a breakout season this year. I don't know. As of today, he entered with a 299 average. I don't know if he got to 300. But he's going to be my World Series MVP. I think he'll go off in this series. I think he'll go off all postseason, and we're going to see that. Who's your World Series MVP, Sir Cardinal?
I'm going to go with Garrett Cole.
Oh, okay. I like it. Nice.
I think he's going to have a he just got his 20th win today in the regular season. They had 2 pitchers that won 20 games this year. 2, Verlander and him. I think Garrett Cole is going to be pretty dominant during the postseason, and especially in a World Series. I think he's going to be lights out. So I'm going to pick him to win the MVP for the World Series. And shout out to Aaron Sanchez. Yeah, he got a no-hitter in his first start, guys. Just saying. And if he's out for the year, but he possibly could be getting a ring, ladies and gentlemen. That makes me feel happy because it's awesome if he would win a World Series in his first year with the Astros.
That'd be great. Yeah, because I believe Madison Bumgarner is the last pitcher to win World Series MVP in 2014, and you all know, you Giants fans, if you're watching this, you guys all know what he did. But yeah, there you go, guys. So once again, here is Sir Cardinal's bracket. He has Houston over LA in the World Series. I have Houston over Atlanta. The only 2 we were different on was the AL wildcard game where I had Tampa as opposed to him having the A's, and the NLCS where he had the Dodgers instead of the Braves. So there you go, guys. That is our 2019 MLB Playoff Prediction video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub, hit that notification bell, and ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy these playoffs. I myself, along with Sir Cardinal, we will both be, maybe not together, but we'll both be streaming playoff games. So this should be a fun postseason. Let's hope for the best, and let's hope for the Dodgers not to win it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.